We will begin the night with our first JV matchup. Our first JV matchup will be at 144 pounds. From Salina South, Nathan Hilbert, and from Central, Ben Hughes. Three-point takedown, South. Your winner by fall, 144 pounds, from South, Nathan Hilbert. Our next match will be at 150 pounds. From South, Justin Jordan, and from Central, Aiden Reyes. Three-point takedown, South.
Good job. Eat it up. Yep, pull it in. Low. Forehead in his back. Forehead in his back. All your weight. Alright. Down forward. Yep.
And get your arm back.
Underhook to the other side. You got it. Underhook to the other side. Circle his arm towards his head. Circle his arm towards his head. There you go. Good. Now just hustle
Stay short.
Token.
Down, you gotta go to base.
Stay short here. Thank you, Jordan.
Token.
Don't look into it. Build your base. Build your base. You gotta peel and build your base.
Keep the wrist with your left, half on the right.
Leg turn.
Circle head. Guys, get above the elbow. Above the elbow.
Reach underneath, ball and shoot to the left. You gotta be above the elbow when you hit left.
Forward. You're waiting and you're not
Right on the
controlling
left
that.
side. Keep his wrist. Catch the chin with your right hand. Pull him back. Hold it there. Take his hand towards his head.
Now take it in. Catch your wrist.
Double cheek.
On your feet. Now up.
4-point near fall, South.
My weight on it. Good. Hey, snake and cow catcher out back.
On your hip.
Snake and cow catcher when you start getting it up. Action, bottom man, action. Half left. Okay. We're out.
You've got to peel.
More pressure forward.
4-point near fall, South. 1-point escape, Central. Your winner by fall, 150 pounds from South, Justin Jordan. Our next match will be at 157 pounds from South, David McDonald, and from Central, Josue Alarcon.
Forward.
takedown, South.
Down towards the head. Hips. There you go. Bring your arm through. Try to sink your left arm. Powerhouse.
4 point near fall, South.
1 here. You got 30.
Elbow to elbow. Elbow to elbow.
Forehead, get out there and run.
Run. Wrist. Go.
Yeah, that was perfect. That was great.
Hey, use your chin on him. Use your chin. Hey, go. Go suck him towards you. A little more towards you. Scoot your feet away from him.
4 point near fall, South.
Hey, do the spiral rear cycle. Spiral rear cycle.
And it has nothing to do with the outcome.
Go to your feet. Slide out to your feet. Ah, you waited. One down.
Okay, 1 to 10 again. All right, time.
1 point penalty, Central.
Like your haircut.
Keep moving. Keep moving. Go to your ace. You can do it.
Something wrong with it?
On your knees, slide down. You gotta keep your hands
Oh,
in.
it didn't work out.
One down.
They got me on that side. They're not turning.
1 point penalty, Central. One point escape, Central.
Inside.
We're going to take that South.
Your right knee, put in this rib cage. Get your butt out. Put in this rib cage. Get your butt out. Nice bend.
4 point near fall, South. Your winner by tech fall from at 157 pounds from South, David McDonald. Our next match will be at 165 pounds from South, Angel Mendiola, and from Central, Andrew Latham.
Which I thought was the time they lived in Minneapolis. I asked them, we went over in high school. He's a boy in middle school. That's not
3 point takedown, South.
Head back, your right arm back. Head back. Stay behind. Elbows. Feel the hole. Pressure forward.
Tight waist. Tight waist. Tap Get the arm.
And lead the arm first. Heel. Get the cross face first.
Gotta peel.
Hey, Angel! Angel, cut it! Cut it! Cut it! Heavy on the head.
No doors. Count a circle.
1 point escape, Central.
Sweep! Shoot him off! Shoot him off! Shoot him off! Shoot him off! Take a shot! Shoot! Shoot! Shoot!
Hey, right away.
Let's go!
Let's go. Get busy. 38. Good setup. Bounce, bounce.
3 point takedown, South.
Like you shoot. For a headlock and like you take it
Watch your head down.
You don't have to have control onto it.
You gotta have the arms. You gotta have the arms. Left knee to side.
3 point near fall, South.
Right touch over time. Hey, right away. Lift the arm. Explosive.
How's your lesson today? Good. How's your birthday week going?
Birthday soon.
Two-point reversal, South. Your winner by fall, 165 pounds, from South, Angel Mendiola. Our next match will be at 175 pounds, from South, Wiley Lynn, and from Central, Cage Werber. Point takedown, Central. Four-point near fall, Central. Four-point near fall, Central. 2-point reversal, Central. Blood time. We have 1-point escape, South. 3-point takedown, Central. Winner by tech ball at 175 pounds. From Central, Cage Weber. Our next match, a feature from South, Ryan Jackson. And from Central, Daniel Zepeda. Takedown, South. Your winner by fall from South, Ryan Jackson. Our next match, from South, we Javon Dixon, and from Central, Brody Young. Oh, 3-point takedown, South. Her winner by fall from South, Jayla Dixon. This concludes our junior varsity matches. We will put a 3-minute break before we begin our varsity girls wrestling.
And welcome to Salina Central High School for Salina Post. Some varsity wrestling action. We just got done showing you some junior varsity matches. And now the varsity about ready to start. We'll have the Salina Central versus Salina South girls, followed by the boys. And a good evening to you. My name's Mike Holliday, and you are watching Salina South versus Salina Central Wrestling on Salina Post. Free of charge to you, brought to you by our broadcast sponsors. A big thank you to Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine for their sponsorship of many of the athletics that we do here on Salina Post and Eagle Radio. And also presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance and Hannibal Green. They are big sponsors of this as well. We'll thank other broadcast sponsors throughout. So we're about 2 minutes away from beginning varsity girls action here between Salina Central and Salina South live on Salina Post. It looks like as we touch base on the girls, that Salina Central is open in 100 pounds through 120 tonight, and the first match will be at 125 pounds. Now, Salina South has 3 open weights, but they will most likely win this duel on the heels of so many opens for Salina Central. An open is worth 6 team points. For whichever team is open, they give up or forfeit 6 points as far as the team implications are concerned. So our first real match will be Natalie Garcia, the freshman at 125 pounds from Salina South, going up against Mia Matute, the sophomore from Salina South. So it's a Central versus South matchup, and we'll have the boys following. As far as rankings go, Salina Central on the girls' side is ranked 10th coming in. Baser Linwood is the number 1 ranked girls team. No surprise, they just have things really humming as far as wrestling goes. They are number 1 on the boys' side as well. Other 5A schools that are ranked in the top 10, Cape and Mount Carmel is ranked 2nd. Newton is 3rd. Shawnee Heights 4th. Great Bend, another good team for the Lady Panthers. They are 5th. Emporia is 6th. Goddard 7th. Piper is 8th out of Kansas City. Hayes High is ranked 9th, and Salina Central is ranked number 10. Ranked girls, Jennifer Wynn at 100 pounds. Unfortunately, we won't see her on the mat tonight because of a forfeit by Salina Central, but she is a senior that is ranked number 4. 125 pounds, Abby Slothauer from Salina Central, the sophomore, is ranked 2nd, and she is not on the schedule to wrestle here tonight, so it looks like she has the evening off. But she is one of the individuals to beat at 125 pounds. And then another Salina Central wrestler, Kiera Codling, is ranked number 2 at 235 pounds. So we will let the PA announcer do the introductions for the girls' duel.
At this time, we ask that you please stand if you are able for the playing of our national anthem.
And here we go for we'll pause for the playing of the national anthem.
Of our national anthem.
All right, so just about ready for introductions between one of the greatest rivalries, regardless of sports, in Kansas. That is Salina South versus Salina Central. And we are thrilled to be able to bring you the broadcast live on Salina Post.
At 105 pounds, from South, Taylor Sheets. Central is open. At 115 pounds, from South, Aaliyah Brown.
Again, Salina Central open in the first 5 weight classes. Both teams are open at 110
From
pounds.
South, Zalima Lopez Ruiz. South Central is open. At 125 pounds, from South, Mia Matute. And from Central, Natalia Garcia. At 130 pounds, from South, Isabella Bennett. And from Central, Kendall Monroe. At 135 pounds, South is open. And from Central, Phoebe Bohr. At 140 pounds, from South, Rosalind Riley. And from Central, Sophia King. At 145 pounds, from South, Haley White. Central is open. At 155 pounds, from South, Mia Dara. And from Central, Cody Waite. At 170 pounds, from South, Joanna Jasper. And from Central, Izzy Hall. And at 235 pounds, South is open. And from Central, Kiara Copley.
So there's 2 weights that have double opens, 190 pounds and also 110 pounds. Captains will meet at the middle of the mat, and we'll get it rocking and rolling here in Salina at Salina Central. Our thanks again to Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance, and Hannah Baum Grain. Hannah Baum Grain, with nearly 50 years of trade experience, always buying, selling, and shipping commodities all across the U.S. with 10 grain merchandisers and 15 freight brokers on staff. There's always something to give you competitive quotes and cover bulk freight needs for your facility. Whether you're buying or storing grain, give Hannah Baum Grain a call. I'm a wrestling guy, so I will be more than generous with our sponsors. A few others to thank include Long MacArthur, Bennington State Bank, A.J. Honey Farms, Sage Products, Lily Pad Septic, Commercial Tire Center, Smart Insurance, and Vernon Jewelers as the captains meet. Go ahead and thank a few other sponsors, including Aeroplanes, Hire Scott Mortuary, Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance, Dan Goebel at Salina Homes, Messenger Total Promotions, Salina Regional Health Center, Careers, Kansas Bankers Technologies, Copyco, and APAC Shears.
Our first varsity
And here we go.
match will be at 100 pounds. From South, Jenny Wynn.
And it's a shame we don't get to see Jenny Wynn wrestle tonight. That's Jennifer Wynn, the ranked senior from Salina South. She is ranked 4th. And she will receive a forfeit win as Salina Central is open at that weight. She'll have some matches this weekend. In fact, tomorrow at the Abilene tournament. 100 pounds, the first weight class in high school wrestling. Now Taylor Sheets from Salina South will get her hand raised and be declared the winner. Both Central and South are open at 110 pounds.
Aaliyah Brown. Central is open.
And Aaliyah Brown from Salina Central gets her hand raised.
And our next match
And we'll have one more at 120 pounds. As again, Salina Central is open at the first 5 weight classes. Zalima Lopez Ruiz will win by forfeit. And here we go. We're going to have a match, and that will be at 125 pounds. Central has a ranked wrestler, one of the best in the state, in Abby Slothauer, the sophomore. But she will not take the mat tonight. It'll be Mia Matude against Natalie Garcia from Salina Central. So underway, Garcia of Central, the freshman, and Matude, the sophomore from Salina South. Salina South wearing the black and yellow singlets. You think of green when you think of Salina South, but I like those singlets, like the Central ones too, with the American flag on the back. And we're at 125 pounds. Live wrestling, Central versus South on Salina Post. That's a good shot by Natalie Garcia. She gets the takedown, and she'll have near fall points, if not a pin here. A pin is worth 6 points on the team side of things. Now switches to a headlock and elects to get behind. Just a 2-point near fall. I thought that'd be 3, if not 4 near fall points, but they elect to go with 2, and it's a 5-0 lead for Garcia of Salina Central. Yeah, Salina Central, not a full team, but they've got some ranked wrestlers. Talk about Slothauer at 125, and then Codling, who will get her hand raised at 235. Both of them are ranked second in Class 5A. Jennifer Wynn from Salina South, 100 pounds, ranked 4th. It is a 5-0 lead for Garcia of Salina Central, but there's some good movement by Matude, but Garcia does a good job of taking her back down to the mat and not giving up an escape point, which is worth 1. And it looks like maybe a full Nelson, an illegal hold, and a point will be awarded to Matude from South. So the first point given up by Natalie Garcia. 5-1 lead, first period, 12 seconds left. Garcia almost got a little high, then Matude out of position, and she'll give up some near fall points again. Second time that she's been on her back, and that'll be 4 near fall. And a good first period for Natalie Garcia of Salina Central. Talk about one of the best rivalries in Kansas, regardless of sport. Salina Central, Salina South, just a few weeks removed from Salina Central State Football Championship, and what a run to the state title that was in Class 5A. Again, another loaded year in 5A, so Central earned it. And South, how about the way that they performed toward the end of the season? Getting beat by Central in the 5A quarterfinals. Good movement by Garcia to begin this second period, and she'll get a reversal, it looks like, as she started the period out on bottom. Let's see if she can get some back points, already ahead 9-1, now 11-1 with that reversal. Trying to get chest on chest, more back points coming up. She's close to getting a technical fall, and there is the pin. Natalie Garcia wins at 125 pounds for Salina Central in our first match. Let's take a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back with 130 pounds. You're watching Salina South versus Salina Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Welcome back to Salina Central High School. Salina South versus Central. And a takedown by Isabella Bennett from Salina South. So she goes to work on top, leading 3-0. 24-6 is the team score, as Salina South leading after the 125-pound Garcia win by Central. And it's a 3-0 lead at 130 pounds from Isabella Bennett, a freshman. This is a freshman-freshman matchup. Neither one of these teams full. There's 14 weight classes in high school wrestling, and Salina Central in particular has a lot of opens, but as the years go by, expect those opens to really shrink. Salina has a fantastic kids program. It's been fantastic on the boys' side for decades, and expect that to only improve on the girls' side. Good job by Bennett of Salina South, forcing Monroe back down to the mat, leading 3-0. Now running that half Nelson. No back points yet. She'll get some now, and is very close. That's tight. Very close. Shoulders down, and there is the pin for Isabella Bennett.
130 pounds from South, Isabella Bennett.
Winning by fall in the first period.
South is open from Central, Phoebe Moore.
Phoebe Bohr will pick up a forfeit win for Salina Central as South is open.
Our next match will be the 140 pounds from South, Rosalind Riley. And from Central.
So Natalie Garcia, a pin in the second period for Salina Central at 125 pounds. And then Bennett from South counters that with a fall of her own at 130. Now we get set for Sophia Cape of Salina Central and Rosalind Riley of Salina South. She is a junior, Cape a senior. On the heels of Bennett's fall at 130 pounds, South now leads 30-12. Maybe a little poke in the eye there from Cape on Rosalind Riley. So they'll stop the match, and she'll gather things. Our thanks to Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance and Hannibal Grain for their sponsorship of live coverage of Salina Central versus Salina South Wrestling just before Christmas break. Some schools getting out as early as yesterday, some today, and almost all of them will be out tomorrow. But still some wrestling to do for both the girls and boys from Central and South. Pretty good little flurry of action there by Cape. Now Cape, hit outside single leg. She'll get the takedown, has control, and a 3-0 lead. Good takedown by the senior at 140 pounds, Sophia Cape. Now she'll go to work on top. Rosalind Riley needs to get up to a base. Cape looking for that half. And Riley does a smart thing by looking away. That's what these wrestlers want to do when a half starts coming in. You want to look away from that. Some smart wrestling on the bottom position by Riley. But Cape does a good job of breaking her down flat on the mat. And not a lot of movement by Riley. We'll have 5 actual matches in the girls' duel. And then we'll segue to the Central and South boys. An attempted half by Cape. As she traps that opposite wrist. Riley up to her feet and gets an escape. That was a hard-earned escape. And credit Riley with seeing an opportunity, and right at the end of period number 1, she gets an escape, and she's back into it, trailing 3-1. Takedowns became 3 points instead of 2 a year ago, which was a complete shift in high school wrestling. They'd been doing that in college for a couple of years. And then near fall points worth 2, 3, and 4. Also more college rules as far as the out of bounds. That was new as well. And I love the new rules. It just, I think, encourages more scoring. Cape of Central leading it at 140 pounds. The senior up 3-1. She'll attempt to get up to her feet. Riley follows, now back up, turns in. Cape trying to peel the hands. Now she turns in. Good job by Riley of going down on the leg and not letting that escape happen, but instead it nearly turned into a reversal. Will they give her an escape? I bet they end up doing that. The referee's conferring about that. Will they give her one? It won't be two for a reversal, but the referee's conferring over there. And that will be an escape. I think that's a good call right as they were going out of bounds. It wasn't a reversal. There was no control from the top position. And now a 4-1 lead. So these ladies trading escapes. And it's Cape of Central leading. She got a takedown in the first period, an escape here. And Riley an escape at the end of the first period. There is a takedown. A modified blast double by Cape, who probably could get some back points out of this. Let's see. Nope. Riley's a fighter. And she won't give up any near fall points, but now with a second takedown in this match, Cape of Central leading 7-1. And this is a pretty familiar position that we saw in a pretty good portion of the first period, and that is Riley broken down flat on the mat. But no near fall points so far for Cape. But she leads it by 6, 7-1. 30 seconds left in period number 2. The Mustangs and the Cougars here at Salina Central. Yeah, Cape really in no position to get any back points. But Riley's if she wants to win this match, she's going to have a big third period. Hard to do that for her when she's on bottom. And Cape looks good on top, but no near fall points. 7-1. And the wrestlers will be neutral as they get set to begin the third period. Boy, a takedown would go a long way, being worth 3 points for Riley to get back into the match. A couple of headlock attempts by Rosalind Riley, but Cape able to fend those off. Now just some hand fighting toward the middle of the mat. See if somebody takes a shot. Minute 11 left in the third period. And there is a warning for stalling on Cape. Backing up a little bit too much. So you get a warning before the referee issues a stall point. But Cape's still in pretty good position. 45 seconds left, up by 6. Riley is the one trailing, so she's got to take the shot. Now Cape, Riley loses her balance and was pretty fortunate not to get taken down. 33 seconds left. The Central and South fans into this match. There's a shot right at the trunk by Cape, her third takedown in the match. And she leads it by a major decision now, 10-1. A major decision is worth 4 points as opposed to a regular win by decision, 7 points or less, which is worth 3. And Cape is going to win it for Salina Central, and that's going to be 10-1.
Your winner by major decision at 140 pounds from Central, Sophia Cape.
There will be an open for Salina Central at 145 pounds, so Haley White will get her hand raised. And we'll be back with 155 pounds. Let's take a 30-second break. You're watching Salina South versus Salina Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Central is open. Our next match is at 155 pounds. From South, Mia Dara. And from Central, Cody Wade.
And we're back. Welcome back to Salina Central High School Gym. My name's Mike Holliday, and we are honored to bring you live wrestling coverage on Salina Post. It's brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. A big thank you to Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance and Hannah Green. So Salina South leads 36-16. We just saw a win by Sophia Cape, 10-1 at 140 pounds. Haley White of South wins by forfeit. And now we've got 155 pounds, Cody Waite of Salina Central versus Mia Dara of Salina South. 155, this is a senior versus senior battle. Wrestlers in the first 60 seconds kind of feeling each other out a bit.
Trucks in the field, trucks in the field. Get a better deal with
Sometimes
the trucks.
These wrestlers could meet in this duel and tournaments down the road, including the regional tournament. They could meet 4 or 5 times. So when it's a familiar opponent, sometimes these wrestlers have a tendency to get pretty conservative, and that is a conservative start for Dara of South and Waite of Central. We'll have one more actual match. That'll be upcoming at 170 pounds. Both teams are open at 190, and then ranked Kiara Codling at 235 from Central. The sophomore will not have an opponent. Elbow to elbow a few times, but no shots. In fact, not really anything even attempted, and it's 0-0 between Dara and Waite. Our thanks as well to Long MacArthur, Bennington State Bank, AJ Honey Farms, Sage Products, Lily Pad Septic, Commercial Tire Center, Smart Insurance, and Vernon Jewelers for their sponsorship of tonight's duel. Awesome that Salina Post has this on live this evening. Not a lot of people wanting to get out into the wind, just the diehards here at Salina Central's gym. And this period at 155 starts out with Dara of South on bottom, so Waite on top, barring the arm, now trying to head lever to break Dara down. Now a chicken wing, but Dara looks away from that, and a potentially dangerous situation causes the whistle to blow and back to the center. 36-16 in favor of the Cougars over the Mustangs with 93 seconds left in the second period and no score in this match. Good job by Wade of breaking Dara down. But no predicament points. This is anyone's match as we approach the midway point of the second period. Chicken wing, but what Wade has to do is jump to that side. There she goes. Now she's running it up and over the head. She'll get a count here. Trying to figure 4 of the head. That's not going to happen, but that should be a couple of near fall points. She still has the hold, though, so she could get more out of this. There is a count by the referee, and there is the fall by Cody Waite.
From Central, Cody Waite.
So Cody Wade wins it.
70 pounds. From South, Johanna Jasper. And from Central, Izzy Hall.
I'll tell you what, let's take a quick 30-second break and be back with 170 pounds. You're watching Salina South versus Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic
in South
and Sports
Salina.
Medicine.
Brand new 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home with over 1,500 square feet and 2-car garage for just $229,000. Every new home with Aeroplanes comes with sod landscaping and sprinkler system. You're in clearance on the last 2 homes. $5,000 discount or a $5,000 credit at closing. Rent-to-own options available. Learn more at aeroplanesks.com. That's AEROPLAINSKS.com.
Final match of the night, 170 pounds. It's a battle of juniors. It's Jasper of Salina South versus Hall of Central. South leads the duel 36-22. An Ark Valley Chisholm Trail League duel. Central had opens in their first 5 weight classes, also open at 145 and 190. So 5 actual matches, and this is the final one. Central has 3 wins, and South has 1 win. Isabella Bennett winning at 130 pounds for Salina South by fall. Wins for Central include a fall by Garcia, also a second period fall by Waite, and a 10-1 victory by Sophia Cape. But we're at 170, and a shot by Izzy Hall of Central. But a good job by Jasper of pushing down on that head, and she may be able to get a defensive takedown out of this, although they're close to the edge of the mat. Hall's got to keep hold of that leg and hope to get out of this with a stalemate or the period running back. Well, there's 3. There's near fall point, or a takedown by Johanna Jasper. A takedown in the final few seconds of the first period. That was key, and a 3-0 lead. Good first period by Jasper of South. And that's going to be a choice by Hall, her choice, and she'll take top in the second period, feeling evidently that is her best position. 3-0 lead for Jasper of South. Again, Salina South in the black singlet, yellow. And there's a reversal by Jasper, who now leads 5-0. There, she's got position, and then 4 near fall points to go along with that. That is what you call a 6-point move. And now Jasper has opened up a 9-0 lead on Izzy Hall of Central, giving up that reversal and then 4 near fall points. Jasper going to work on top, has those wrists trapped, and Hall really in no danger of getting out from underneath. Tell you, girls wrestling, these girls will get aggressive and sometimes rough when they're in that top position or in the neutral position sometimes. Jasper looking for a half, and Hall a good job to fend that off. That left wrist is trapped by Jasper. And now she tries a power half. She needs to jump to that side and run it. And that's broken by Hall. And Izzy Hall now, can she get a reversal? She had an escape if she'd have just stood up. But there it is, that's even better. There's a reversal, so she gets on the scoreboard, and it's now 9-2. So the scoring streak snapped by Hall, but Jasper still leading 9-2 at the end of 2. It'll be Jasper's choice, and she will elect to go on bottom. I think that's a good choice as she got a reversal and 4 near fall points to begin that second period. But Izzy Hall finishes the second period in good shape with a reversal, but still a 7-point lead by Jasper. The thing about wrestling with near fall points being as many as 4, these wrestlers aren't out of it. They can score in bunches. So what will Izzy Hall now for Central be able to do in that top position? She looks for a power half. Good job by Jasper of breaking that. And looking for the half again. And there's a warning for stalling on Jasper, the bottom lady. That's the first stall warning for stalling of any kind in this match. So no point given up because it's just a warning. Boy, this crowd is really getting into this. Good crowd on hand considering the weather outside. And there, Hall powers Jasper over and gets the fall. She trailed 9-2, but there is the third period fall by Izzy Hall. Hall with the fall. And that'll be 4 wins by Salina Central in their matches. That's a disappointing loss for Jasper, who led it by 7 and was up by as many as 9 in the match. Double opens at 190 pounds. And Salina Central will get a forfeit win with their ranked wrestler. That is Kiara Codling, the sophomore who is ranked 2nd in Class 5A. Well, it ended up being pretty close as Salina South wins it 36-34. I am impressed with these Salina Central wrestlers.
And then we'll begin the varsity boys duel.
Let's take a 2-minute break and be back with a recap of the varsity girls, South versus Central. You're watching South versus Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Field. Now is the time for Trucks in the Field at Long MacArthur in Salina. Over 100 trucks in stock.
New Ford Maverick Crew Cabs, just $26,600. New Ford Ranger Crew Cabs, now $6,000 off.
New Ford F-150 4x4, just $44,600 and 0% for 66 months.
Even new Ford Super Duties, up to $9,000 off.
Find the trucks in the field and the deals at longmacarthur.com.
There's no better feeling than leaving the stadium with a win, unless you score by leaving the car lot with a great deal. That's how it feels to buy a vehicle at SalinaUsedCars.com. Dozens of late model vehicles that have been fully inspected and are backed by warranty. Cash is accepted or financing for all credit levels. Whether you need a car, truck, SUV, crossover, or van, SalinaUsedCars.com has them all. Get the winning feeling of a great deal at one of 2 locations or shop 24/7 at SalinaUsedCars.com.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Welcome back to Salina Central High School. South versus Central girls and boys duels right before Christmas break. Still some wrestling for both girls squads and both boys squads. So Salina South wins the duel, 36-34 the final. So South will take it, and that had a lot to do with the forfeit wins that they had. To recap, at 100 pounds, Jenny Wynn, who is ranked 4th at 100 pounds. She's a senior, and she wins as Salina Central had an open weight, so a 6-0 lead early on for Salina South. And then Taylor Sheets won at 105 pounds by forfeit. Both teams were
South
open at
will take it,
110,
and
that had a lot to do with the South wins that they had.
At
To recap, at 100 pounds, Jenny Wynn,
Salima
Lopez Ruiz also picking up a forfeit win at 120 pounds. At 125, it was Natalie Garcia of Salina Central, the freshman with a fall over Mia Matude of Salina South. 130 pounds saw Salina South's lone win in this duel. As against head-to-head competition anyway, as Isabella Bennett had a good win over Kendall Monroe. That was a win by fall. Phoebe Bohr of Salina Central winning by forfeit at 130 pounds. At 140 pounds, it was a 10-1 decision for senior Sophia Cape of Salina Central over Rosalind Riley of Salina South. Haley White of South wins by forfeit at 145. At 155, Cody Waite of Salina Central winning by fall over Mia Dara of Salina South. And it was Izzy Hall with a comeback win at 170 pounds, winning by third period fall over Johanna Jasper at 170. Both teams were open at 190, and Kiara Codling of Salina Central wins by a forfeit as Salina South was open. Final dual score, South wins it by 2, 36-34. Codling, by the way, is ranked 2nd in Class 5A behind Sergeant Nelson of Leavenworth, the senior, so she is in good position to really do some good things throughout this season. All right, we'll take another break and be back with the introductions of the boys' duel. It's Central versus South from Salina Central Gym. You're watching Salina South versus Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway. Phone calls welcome.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
At AJ Honey Farms, the honey is just the beginning. From raw honey and wax melts to happy bee balm and beekeeping gear, they've got everything buzzing with local flavor. Whether you're soothing a sore throat, starting your own hive, or gifting something sweet to a loved one, AJ Honey Farms brings the bees and the kind of sweetness only they can bottle.
This is Alan from AJ Honey Farms right here at 901 North 9th Street in Salina, Kansas. We truly appreciate your continued support and thank you for choosing local.
Welcome back to Salina Central Gym. A raucous crowd for Salina South versus Salina Central. Just got done with the girls' duel. It was South winning by 2, 36-34. And we get set for the boys' duel now. And we only have one open in this, so we'll let the PA guy do the introductions.
Central is open.
That'll be the lone open at 106 pounds, as Gashoff Salina South will win that.
And from Central, Braxton Cross.
Cross and Londano at 113.
120 pounds. From South, Damian Mendiola. And from Central, Abe Perez.
Mendiola of South, Perez of Central at 120.
126 pounds. From South, Caden Larson. And from Central, Connor Fuller.
Larson of South, Fuller of Central at 126.
132 pounds. From South, Jason Edwards. And from Central, Nolan Van Allen.
Edwards of South, Van Allen of Central at 132.
138 pounds. From South, Montreal McCray. And from Central, Jaden Hort.
Hort of Central will face McCray. That's Montreal McCray at 138.
From South, Deshaun McCray. And from Central, Julian Espada.
Espada of Central and another McCray. This Deshaun from South at 144.
Cy Sykow. And from Central, Aiden Reyes.
Cy Sykow at 150 pounds for South versus Reyes of Central.
And from Central, Julian Glover.
Second-ranked Julian Glover at 157 versus Dykes of South.
From South, Maddox Gerard. And from Central, Dagan Gowan.
Gerard of South against Gayworth of Central at 165.
From South, Gabe Wheelbarker. And from Central, Abram Owings.
Number 1 ranked Owings of Central at 175 versus Wheelbarker of South.
And from Central, Drew Humphrey.
Abrams and Humphrey getting together at 190.
215 pounds. From South, Paul Robles. And from Central, Cooper Reeves.
Robles of South and one of the best in the state, Reeves of Central.
From South, Lawrence Underwood. And from Central, Reese Kelly.
Underwood of South, Kelly of Central. For the big boys at 285.
Report to the center of the mat.
Tell you what, let's take as you watch the captains come out, let's take a quick 60-second break. Sebastian Gashaw of Salina South will get his hand raised at 106 pounds, and we'll have some wrestling at 113. You're watching Salina South versus Salina Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
No matter what team you support this season, CopyCo has you covered with off-the-rack and custom apparel for Salina South, Salina Central, Abilene, Chapman, Sacred Heart, southeast of Saline, Ellsworth, Minneapolis, Bennington, Solomon, and El Saline. Don't see what you're looking for in store? They can custom make items so you can support any local team or student athlete. From t-shirts and hats to hoodies and so much more, your home for local high school sports gear is CopyCo, located at 2346 Planet Avenue in Salina.
We are back at Salina Central High School. This is such a unique gym where it holds a lot of the sound in, and we're getting set for Salina South versus Salina Central. Big thank you to a couple of our presenting sponsors. They include Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance and Hannahbaum Grain. Thank you for your sponsorship. We'll go over some other sponsors throughout the evening, bringing you free coverage of this duel between Central and South. Sebastian Gashaw of Salina South puts them on the board with a 6-0 forfeit win at 106. And now at 113 pounds, Braxton Cross of Central, the freshman, versus Diego Londano from Salina South. It is a 3-0 lead for Cross. He got a takedown, and then Londano with an escape. So 3-1. Good shot by Braxton Cross to get things started. He's in position to get another takedown. No control yet. And a potentially dangerous call. They'll be back to the center of the mat. Well, that's a technical violation, so that'll be a point awarded to Cross of Central, who now has a 4-1 lead. And the wrestlers will be on their feet. 1:14 left in the first period. 6-0 early dual lead for South High. Oh, there's a good takedown by Londano, who gets one himself, and that ties it up. That's what 3 points for a takedown can do. Get you right back into a match. 3 points, 4 points, 5, 6, 7, 8, not insurmountable with the new scoring in its second year in high school wrestling. Cross fighting on bottom. Londano got a little bit high. And now another technical violation point scored and issued to Cross. Boy, that's 2 against Londano. 5-4 lead for the Central freshman. Salina Central is ranked 7th in Class 5A. We'll go over those rankings here in just a little bit. An attempted switch by Cross goes nowhere, and now Londano jumps to the side, potentially dangerous. Boy, the whistles have really blown a lot in this first period. 33 seconds left, 5-4 in favor of Cross. Our thanks as well to Long MacArthur, Bennington State Bank, AJ Honey Farms, Sage Products, Lily Pad Septic, Commercial Tire Center, Smart Insurance, and Vernon Jewelers for their sponsorship. It was a contested duel in the girls' side of things, with South coming away with a 36-34 win over Salina Central. Central did go 4-1 in actual head-to-head matches. Londano, the top man, trails it 5-4 in this 113-pound match to Cross of Salina Central. South wearing the green singlets with the black and the maroon and white for Salina Central. That's the end of the first period. It's been a good one, 5-4 in favor of Cross of Salina Central. 2 penalty points awarded to Cross in that first period. So Londano will have to wrestle a little smarter henceforth, but we've seen some good things out of him in the first 2 minutes of this match. He will start the second period out, will the Salina South wrestler in the top position. And he'll put in the cross body, attempting to put in a second boot. Got to be careful he doesn't get too high. Looks like he knows how to use his legs pretty well. He sucks back a little bit with, well, I think just that left leg in now. He's trying to get that right one in, but that's on the outside. Now he gets it in, sucks back on the hips, but no predicament points so far. I'll tell you, Cross is a fighter. He's gotten on his back a couple of times, but no near fall points. I'll tell you what, Cross moved there. He didn't panic, he just kept moving. And he has the lead 5-4. He's hoping that Londano gets high in this match so he can maybe come out the backside. Both the legs in by Londano. He feels comfortable in this position despite it looking a little funky. Cross continuing to move. Londano now in a little bit better position. Gets back on the hips a little bit, not too high, but isn't close to getting any near fall points as well. And a timeout there for a bloody nose. A few other sponsors to thank. They include Aeroplanes, Hire Scott Mortuary, Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance, Dan Goebel at Salina Homes, Messenger Total Promotions, Salina Regional Health Center Careers, Kansas Bankers Technologies, Copyco, and APAC Shears. In addition to Kelly at Shelter Insurance and Hannahbaum Green. And Sports on Salina Post presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. So they'll get the blood cleaned up. 36 seconds left in the second. And the score in this second, with just 36 seconds left, identical to what we ended the first period at, and that is a 5-4 lead for Salina Central's Braxton Cross. Boy, for Cross, he is in the scoring position. He's on bottom. It'll be Londano's choice in the third. Cross would really like to get him one. There he does. He rolls through. Now Londano goes for the takedown, gets out of position though, and there's Cross with the takedown. He's taken over this match. Is he going to get some near fall out of this? There's the count. So 3 takedown. So the second period ending up in good shape for Cross. He's got to be careful. He gives up a reversal there at the end, and now Londano will attempt to turn him. 11-6 now in favor of Cross. Boy, he's probably kicking himself just a bit for giving up that reversal at the end of the period, but that was a nice final 30 seconds of the second period. What was a 1-point lead is now a 5-point lead for Braxton Cross. Central leading the duel after one weight class, 6-0. They got a forfeit win at 106 as Sebastian Gashaw wins. And Londano will take bottom, and he is trailing by 5, but is no means out of this. But he'll have to get moving on bottom. And for Cross, he's got to maybe be a little conservative here and not put himself into any peril. He's got that 5-point cushion. He's attempting a turn without breaking Londano down. Now needs to jump to that far side. 30 seconds gone in the third period. It's Cross by 5. Londano has had his opportunities in here. He's given up 2 penalty points to make it 11-6. Cross is a worker. Londano is too. Both these young men are really putting forth a good effort here. It's 5A wrestling, Central versus South. Londano's kind of sitting out the opposite way that he needs to. 42 seconds left. Cross in good shape now. He's just hoping to, Londano's hoping to catch him. But Cross, nice job of staying behind and in control. No stall points have been called, so both wrestlers in good shape in that regard. Now just 20 seconds left. And there is a count. There'll be a couple of near fall points awarded. That's 3 near fall by Cross. 14-6, he's got a major decision going on. Just 17 seconds left, so Londano needs to pull a rabbit out of his hat to hope to steal one against the freshman Cross. Cross just wrestling pretty conservatively now, not doing anything to put himself in any sort of predicament. He's going to win it 14-6. And that's a good win for the freshman Braxton Cross. Central on the board. That's a major decision win. That makes it 6-4 after 2 weight classes. Let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back with 120 pounds. You're watching Salina South versus Salina Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports
4
Medicine.
walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
Welcome back to Salina Central. Jim, we're at 120 pounds. Already a good duel. You can tell this is going to be a good one. After 2 matches, it's South 6, Central 4. Good shot by Abe Perez at 120 pounds of Salina Central. He's a sophomore. He gets a takedown and a quick escape for Damian Mendiola of Salina South. Another good shot. That's a low single leg, and he runs that to perfection, does Perez of Central. And that'll be his second takedown, and now a 6-1 advantage. And he's going to elect to go on his feet, give up an escape. And the scoring, 2 takedowns for Perez, 2 escapes by Mendiola, and it's 6-2. I think that headgear for Mendiola got kind of down around his throat area, so the referee stops the match, and the wrestlers back up on their feet. Central ranks 7th in Class 5A. Another shot by Perez. Single switches to a double. Now can he get behind? There it is. Third takedown makes it 9-2, Perez. Now Mendiola trying to get back into this, and it'll be Perez riding him for a few seconds. Out of bounds, a minute left in the first. 3 takedowns already for Abe Perez and a 9-2 lead. 2 escapes from Mendiola. And that's his third escape. He needs a takedown here. A takedown would get him back into the match. But it's Perez doing all the shooting. Nearly had another takedown. Good job of scrambling there. Really nice job by Mendiola. That's good effort by Damian. Another shot by Perez. He goes low on the leg again. And now he'll turn this into back points, maybe a pin. 20 seconds left in the first period. It's all Perez, and there is the first period fall. Abe Perez wins it by fall, and Central will take their first lead. Let's take another 30-second timeout. We'll be back with 126 pounds. You're watching South versus Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
Here we go, 126 pounds. It's Central versus South. Central with a 10-6 lead. 2 straight wins by Cross and Perez put the Mustangs in the lead. They've got a good team this year. And 126 pounds, Connor Fuller of Salina Central and Caden Larson of Salina South wearing the green and black singlet. Central coached by Dalton Peters, one of the better wrestlers in the history of Salina Central Wrestling. And there's a takedown. These Central boys are good on their feet. Fuller gets a takedown for Central. Kanan Wendell, the Beloit product, is the coach for Salina South. Fuller with a 3-0 lead, and Central with a 10-6 dual advantage after 3 weight classes. And this is 126 pounds, Larson of South, Fuller of Central. And Fuller will say, well, if I can't turn you, I'll let you up and see if I can take you down. There's Larson shooting in, really didn't have much of a chance. And Fuller holds him off defensively. 25 seconds remaining in the first, 3-1 on the heels of a takedown by Fuller of Central. Love the passion both these schools have when meeting each other in any sport. And there's the end of the first period. A low-scoring first period at 3-1, but very active. It's Fuller of Central leading it. Our thanks to Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance and Hannahbaum Grain for their generous sponsorship and making it free for you, the Salina Post viewer. 1 week ahead of Christmas, and there's a quick escape as Fuller chose bottom, and he leads 4-1. He looked good on his feet in the first period. Let's see if he goes to work with a series of shots here in the second. Wrestlers tie up for just a second. Neither one of them really wanting to stay in that position very long. Larson is a takedown away from tying this up, but it's Fuller shooting, and a second takedown of the match for Connor Fuller. And that widens the lead now to 7-1 at 126. And Larson is broken down on the mat. Trying to get up to a base. There he gets it. And peeling the hands of Fuller. I do like the effort put together by these South wrestlers. They've lost the last 2 matches, but effort had nothing to do with it. Wendell's got this team working hard. Again, a lot of action, no points, 7-1. Fuller of Central with the lead. Head and elbow tie up at the center, and Larson has to be careful he doesn't get warned for stalling as he kind of backed up there. And the second period ends with a Fuller takedown in that period to increase his lead to 7-1. It was, or 7-2, I'm sorry, it was 3-1 at the end of the first. So the scoring in that period, a takedown by Fuller and an escape by Larson. Third period with Larson on top. For him to get back into this match, he needs to get going right away, though, and try for an escape or reversal. And preferably an escape so he can maybe work a series of takedowns. It'll be hard to turn Fuller. So even a reversal would get him to within 3, but Fuller doesn't look like he's very easy to turn. Both Salina Central and Salina South will be at the Bishop Carroll tournament on Saturday. So that'll be a good test for both boys' teams. Central girls, by the way, will head to Baser Linwood on Saturday, and the South girls will be at Abilene tomorrow. So a good test for them, 25 miles east. Larson is really in no danger of getting turned, at least so far, with under a minute left, but he's not even close to getting out from bottom, and a stall warning on Fuller. Little frustration by Fuller for that. A sit out by Larson, and Fuller just follows. .30 seconds remaining. 126 pounds, Central versus South. And that's going to be a stall point awarded to Larson. That'll make it 7-3 now, just 18 seconds left. They won't call another stalling in the last 18 seconds, so Fuller should be good there. Larson just doesn't go over very easily. He tripods up, and Connor will just follow and try to ride him out for these final few seconds. Sit out, turn in by Larson will go nowhere, and the final score will be 7-3, Connor Fuller. That is 3 straight wins by Salina Central. We'll be back with 132 pounds. Let's take a 30-second timeout. You're watching Salina South versus Salina Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Close your eyes. Now imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community, or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
132 pounds now. It's Nolan Van Allen of Central and Jason Edwards of Salina South. We'll see if South can pick up their first non-forfeit win. Boy, that's a suicide roll by Jason Edwards. They just finally awarded him a takedown. That was a daring move. And South's Edwards with the takedown and leading 3-0. Central leads the duel after 4 weight classes, 13-6. Now Jason Edwards in the top position. He's going to give up something here. Maybe. Van Allen's got to make sure he gets at least a point. He gets 2 on a reversal. Boy, and Edwards nearly ended up on his back. This is a good match. This is a good first period. We're just a minute 5 in, and now Edwards throws a headlock, but did he get out of position? He's going to give up a takedown. Boy, Van Allen did a good job of staying patient with that, not panicking once the headlock came in. And that's a potentially dangerous situation. I think they've got the score wrong. They have it 7-4 on the score clock in favor of Edwards. I think that should be Van Allen with the lead. Now Van Allen suicide rolling and hopes to get some turn points. Gets a swipe of 1. Nope, that's going to be 2. 2 awarded for Van Allen. And Edwards, after coming out in a fury, is now trailing. We'll have to get the score at the end of the first. I don't think it's right on the score clock. And the whistle blows potentially dangerous again as that arm was kind of wrenched. Coach Peters coming out saying, all right, Nolan, here's what you need to do. 6 seconds left in the first. And Edwards goes to his back. He's going to give up some points here at the end of the period. That's going to be 4 near fall points. I thought they might have awarded 4 a little too quickly there. I don't think the score's right. They have it 10-7 on the scoreboard in favor of Van Allen. I think it should be maybe 13-4. Anyway, they have Van Allen finally with the lead. And Edwards has really struggled since that initial takedown. And he's on his back again. It's been all Van Allen here in the last minute or so of this match. And there's 3 more back points for Nolan Van Allen. (13-7) in favor of Van Allen. Central looking to win their 4th straight match after dropping at 106 pounds. Sebastian Gashaw of South winning by forfeit. Central open at that weight class. Van Allen has that arm hooked. Bailed out of that position. Now a simple tight waist breaks Edwards back down to the mat. Chicken wing applied, chicken wing wrist. He's got that near wrist trapped. And will suicide. Oh boy, these wrestlers, both of them are daring. There's going to be more back points. 2 more, near fall for Van Allen. Makes it 15-7. Again, I'm not sure that that's the right score, but that's what they have on the score clock, so we'll go with it. 30 seconds left in the second. And the wrestler's out of bounds. In addition to Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance and Hannibal Grain, a few other sponsors to thank include Bennington State Bank, Long MacArthur, AJ Honey Farm, Sage Products, Lily Pad Septic, Commercial Tire Center, Smart Insurance, and Vernon Jewelers, probably very busy during this holiday season. Van Allen breaking Edwards down. He's going to play it pretty conservative here. Well, now tries to arm bar Edwards over. No back points there. So he didn't play it conservative, but doesn't give up any points. And it's 15-7 in favor of Van Allen. Cross winning 14-6. Perez winning by fall. Fuller 7-3 win. And now Van Allen of Central leading Jason Edwards of South 15-7. Dual score after 4 weight classes. Central 13, South 6. Van Allen off the whistle. A nice job in the top position. Edwards tried to get something going. He had a little movement there. But Van Allen really a hammer on top in this match. There's the chicken wing, wrist trapped on the opposite side. Now he runs the wing. Edwards up to his feet. And he'll get an escape. They haven't awarded it yet. He might try for a reversal. Boy, that's where you got to get up and get your point. There was separation there. And there is an escape. But it's a takedown by Nolan Van Allen. And Edwards is on his back again. And there is the fall in the third. Third period fall at 132 by Nolan Van Allen, the junior from Central. We'll be back with 138 pounds. Let's take another 30-second timeout. You're watching South versus Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? Memorial Health System in Abilene is hiring full-time registered nurses for their hospital emergency department, and they've got the perks to match. Sign-on bonuses, shift and weekend differentials, a child care stipend, and tuition reimbursement to keep you moving forward. Bring your skills where they'll make the biggest impact, right here in Abilene. Apply today at srhc.com. That's srhc.com to apply for this opening at Memorial Health System in Abilene, taking care of you so you can take care of others.
It's South versus Central Boys Wrestling on Salina Post. Good evening from Salina Central Gymnasium. My name's Mike Holiday. So glad that you are tuning in. And a big thanks to our sponsors, Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance and Hannibal Grain, for bringing you free live coverage of South and Central. In a noisy Salina Central gym, 138 pounds, Jaden Hort of Central versus Montreal McCrae of South. Here is McCrae with the takedown, and the Central or South fans go nuts over there. Montreal McCrae leading over the freshman Jaden Hort 3-0. 19-6 dual lead for Salina Central, and we're midway through the first period. And here goes Montreal McCrae going to work in that top position. He's got that half sucked in deep. Now if he can get chest on chest, he'll get a pin. Hort is doing a good job of fighting off his back, that left shoulder off the mat just a bit. There's the fall. So South back on the scoreboard. Montreal McRae gets the first period fall. We'll be back with 144 pounds after this 30-second timeout. You're watching South versus Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
At Vernon Jewelers, we believe jewelry is more than just an accessory. It's an expression of who you are. It's also a piece of your life that can be passed down through the generations. That's why our expert team is here to listen, understand, and help you find that piece that speaks to your story. We're not just your local jeweler. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in celebrating life's precious moments. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. In our 141st year, we are not old. We're just really good at what we do.
Welcome back to Salina Central High School. 144 pounds in this Central versus South duel. Julian Espada from Salina Central versus Deshaun McRae of Salina South at 144. Got a good dual score now, too. That Salina South has a little momentum after Montreal McRae's first period fall, and Central leading 19-12. We'll see if we can get a second straight McRae win for South. Against Julian Espada of Salina Central. First minute of this match, wrestlers kind of feeling each other out. Nothing daring so far. Good shot by Espada. Boy, that is a good shot. See if he can get this takedown as McRae scrambles, grabs the leg, and no takedown points awarded to Espada despite the really good shot. McRae now facing him. And some good mat scrambling going on, and there is the takedown. That was a hard-earned takedown by Julian Espada, and he draws first blood in this match at 144. Takedown and a 3-0 lead for the Salina Central junior. Kind of fishing for that far side cradle or crossface cradle, which if he gets, he'll want to jump to the near side. Deshaun McRae fighting on bottom. Active first period is going to end up 3-0. Esposada with the lead. Thank you to Long MacArthur, Bennington State Bank, AJ Honey Farms, and Sage Products for their sponsorship of Salina Central versus Salina South wrestling on Salina Post. Live coverage, and you get an opportunity to thank these businesses and thank them by doing business with them. That is obviously much appreciated, but really good partners of local sports here on Salina Post. Second period starts out with Deshaun McRae of Salina South on bottom. He has struggled on bottom so far in this match. He's broken down but still moving. Coach Wendell gets these guys to really move. Sometimes you just get beat by a better wrestler, but the effort has been there by South and Central here tonight. These two teams, and as well as the individuals of both these teams, they just really want to beat each other. Esposada with just a 3-point lead, despite really dominating this match so far. Not dominating it on the scoreboard, though. A takedown, the only point scored. Deshaun McRae is tough to turn, but he has expended a lot of energy just trying to get up to a base. And Espada has really worked him over on top, but no predicament points. Espada looking for all he can, trying to trap the arms, and he's doing a great job of riding, but he is working for a turn, no doubt about it, but Deshaun McCray is hard to turn. Finally gets a wing in, but the period runs out, and the score is identical to the end of the first period. At the end of the second, it's 3-0. Espada of Central. Third weekend of high school wrestling across the state of Kansas. Busy first few weeks for both South and Central on the girls and boys side. Boy, when I wrestled 30-some years ago, I would have 6 matches going into Christmas break. Some of these guys have 15. There's a reversal by Espada and almost caught McCray on his back. 5-0 lead for Julian. There's going to be 3 near-fall points awarded, and Espada has really started to take off in this match, leading 8-0. He's got a takedown, reversal, and 3 near-fall. So scoring in a variety of ways. McCray just doing anything he can to peel the hands. That is a deep, tight waist applied by Espada. That's how a lot of coaches do. They teach their young wrestlers, you suck that all the way in. You just take the air out of your opponent. And that is what you call, by Espada, a deep, tight waist. Under 30 remaining. It's been all Espada, especially in this third period. And there's some near fall points that will be awarded again at the end of the match to Espada. We'll see what this ends up being. It's going to be a major decision win, which means 4 team points. So 12-0 in favor of Julian Espada. He beats Deshaun McCray at 144. We'll be back with 150 pounds next. You're watching South versus Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Aeroplanes Townhomes in South Salina. Brand new 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home with over 1,500 square feet and 2-car garage for just $229,000. Every new home with Aeroplanes comes with sod landscaping and sprinkler system. You're in clearance on the last 2 homes. $5,000 discount or a $5,000 credit at closing. Rent-to-own options available. Learn more at aeroplanesks.com. That's aeroplansk.com.
Salina Central has won 5 of the last 6 matches to increase their lead to 23-12. And it looks like 150 pounds. It'll be Aiden Reyes of Salina Central, the freshman, against Cy Sikow from Salina South. And Sikow going to work with a takedown.
3-point takedown, South.
And the South wrestler leading very quickly, 3-0. So important in wrestling at any level to get that initial takedown. I suppose you could find the statistics out there on wrestlers who get the first takedown, how many matches are won. But it's pretty convincing on the side of getting the first takedown and ultimately winning the match. Sikow of South now with a turn on Aiden Reyes. Reyes has his work cut out for him. He's just a freshman. And he'll give up 4 near fall points. Good job of fighting, though. That hold's still not broken, so they haven't awarded the points officially yet, but it's going to be 4 near fall or a pin. There it is, 4 near fall for Seacow. A takedown and 4 near fall makes it 7-0. The South 150-pounder with the lead. Boy, and that's just a butcher, an absolute stack by Seacow, and he'll get the fall in the first period to give Salina South some much-needed team points. We'll be back with 157 pounds, where we'll see the number 2 wrestler in the state, Julian Glover of Salina Central. You're watching South versus Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Trucks in the field, trucks in the field. Get a better deal with the trucks in the field.
Now is the time for Trucks in the Field at Long MacArthur in Salina. Over 100 trucks in stock.
New Ford Maverick Crew Cabs, just $26,600. New Ford Ranger Crew Cabs, now $6,000 off.
New Ford F-150 4x4, just $44,600 and 0% for 66 months.
Even new Ford Super Duties, up to $9,000 off.
Find the trucks in the field and the deals at longmacarthur.com.
Well, you see why Julian Glover of Salina Central is one of the best in the state. He's in the maroon and white. He is a senior ranked 2nd behind Maxwell Kerr of Mays South. And he has a chance at a state championship this year. Julian Glover versus Jaden Dykes of Salina South. 3 takedowns already for Glover and a 9-2 lead. That win by Seacow at 150 pounds makes the dual score. We got a good one. Central 23, South 18. Our thanks to Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance and Hannahbaum Grain for their sponsorship. There's going to be some tilt points by Julian Glover. That's going to be 3 awarded. Not yet. There's a deep chicken wing. And he'll be going for the pin here. So it'll be 4 awarded, but maybe a fall by Glover. We'll see. There's the fall. He is a good one. He's one of the best in the state regardless of class. Julian Glover wins by first period fall over Jaden Dykes of South at 157. We'll take another 30-second timeout. Be back with 165. You're watching South versus Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Trucks. There's no better feeling than leaving the stadium with a win, unless you score by leaving the car lot with a great deal. That's how it feels to buy a vehicle at SalinaUsedCars.com. Dozens of late model vehicles that have been fully inspected and are backed by warranty. Cash is accepted or financing for all credit levels. Whether you need a car, truck, SUV, crossover, or van, SalinaUsedCars.com has them all. Get the winning feeling of a great deal at one of 2 locations or shop 24/7 at SalinaUsedCars.com.
Welcome back to Salina Central High School. South versus Central Wrestling, 29-18 in favor of Salina Central. They are the number 7 ranked team in Class 5A. South's got some gutty wrestlers, though. I really like the effort. This is just a team and individuals that are going to get better throughout the season. They just need to be on the mat as much as they can and stay healthy. 165 pounds, it's Dagan Gaywith of Central versus Maddox Gerard of South. And it's Gerard with the takedown on Gaywith. And the escape there by Gaywith makes it 3-1. Head outside single now by Gerard. Looking for his second takedown, and he will get it. Nice job by Gerard. Second takedown, 6-1. 2 years ago, that would have been a 4-1 lead for Gerard. But now takedown's worth 3. It's 6-1. 13 seconds remaining in the first period. And there's an escape by A little bit of frustration there by the Central coaching staff for Gayworth giving up that, or the South coaching staff for Girard giving up that escape there at the end. And that keeps Gayworth close at 6-2. We're at 165, Gayworth of Central and Girard of South. Girard with the lead, 6-2, and he'll be in the top position. Puts in that crossbody ride off the whistle. Nope, gets out of position, and there's an escape. 2 unanswered points scored by Gayworth, makes it 6-4, or 6-3. And that's where that escape at the end of the first period could be frustrating if Gayworth can get the takedown and tie it up. Dalton Peters has this Salina Central team wrestling very well. And considering a lot of these guys were on the football team that went all the way to the state championship game, some of these guys only have a couple of weeks of mat time. But they don't look like it. Salina South's football season went longer than almost anyone in the state anticipated as well. Quarterfinals of 5A. Another good shot by Girard. See if he can finish it. And he does. There it is. That's a good takedown. Solid job on his feet by Maddox Girard. Earlier tonight, the Salina South girls defeated Central 36-34. Central leads this duel 29-18. Whistle blows as the wrestlers are out of bounds. It's a 9-3 lead for Girard of South. Both teams will be at the Bishop Carroll tournament on Saturday to conclude the first semester of wrestling. 9-3 in favor of Girard. South has a forfeit win at 106, a fall at 138, and a fall at 150 for their wins. Central has a decision at 113, fall at 120, decision at 126. Fall at 132, major decision at 144, and a fall at 157. 10-3 lead as Girard leading Gayworth. Just kind of making things a little interesting as far as this dual score goes, but we have 2 #1 ranked wrestlers in 5A coming up for Central. Gayworth on top. See if Girard can get out from underneath. Up to his feet, peels the hands, and an escape. 11-3 lead. That's a major decision going. As far as team points go, a technical fall would be worth 1 more point than a major decision. 5 points for a tech, winning by 15 or more. And a major decision, 8 to 14 points would be 4 points on the team side of things. A fall is worth 6, and opens are worth 6. And a decision by less than 7 or less is worth 3. And there's a takedown by Girard again, and he leads 14-3. Still time to get a technical fall. 45 seconds remaining, 14-3 lead for Maddox Girard. And Gayworth knows it. He knows that I got to fight here these last 30 seconds and not get turned. There's an escape for Gayworth. And Gerard may elect just to not do anything too crazy here and win this by a major decision. There's Gayworth, though. That's a good shot. You know, that's going to be just a decision now. 14-7. Gerard is going to win it. But that's a good job by Gayworth of coming back, and instead of a major decision, it is a mere decision at 14-7. We'll be back with a number 1 ranked wrestler at 175 after this 30-second timeout. You're watching South versus Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Central versus South continues as we have one of the best in the state for Salina Central at 175. Abram Owings, 175-pounder, is wrestling Gabe Wheelbarger of Salina South. Owings ranked number 1 at 175, and he's looking for a quick pin, and he may get it. And there it is. That's why he's ranked number 1 at 175. Owings with a first period pin over Wheelbarger of South. Let's take a 30-second timeout and be back with our final 3 weight classes. 190 is next. You're watching South versus Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Welcome back to Salina South versus Salina Central Wrestling. And a takedown by Salina South at 190 pounds. That is Gabe Wheelbarger getting the takedown. And he'll look for a pin, and there it is. As Salina South, we're going to keep it right here. Salina South actually switched up weights. Jaquan Abrams wrestled 175, and Wheelbarger bumps up to 190. And it's Wheelbarger getting the fall in the first. So some slick maneuvering there by Salina Central, or Salina South rather, as Wheelbarger gets the fall at 170 or 190. So we go next to 215 pounds, and we're talking about an elite wrestler in Cooper Reeves of Salina Central versus Paul Robles of Salina South. Reeves is a commit to the University of Northern Iowa. That is a Division I school and a Big 12 wrestling school, and a stall warning called against Robles. Reeves, an okay football player too. Had an elite season for Salina Central. You set records at Salina Central as a running back with all of the talent that they have had at that position over the years, and you're doing something right. And Reeves just had an amazing year and an even more amazing postseason. His opponent is Paul Robles of South. We're down to our final 2 matches in a rapidly moving duel. Central leads at 35-27. No stall call against Robles there. He needs to circle instead of backing up. It's just, hey, this is tough. Reeves is ranked number 1 at 215. Two-time state champion. Blast double. And a takedown by Cooper Reeves. Suicide roll puts Robles on his back, and Reeves sucks back, has that reverse half in, and he'll be getting some back points. There's 4 near fall and a 7-0 lead.
4 near fall, Central.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, point awarded to Robles by the referee. The Central fans not liking that. South fans like it. They're on their feet, but that'll be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty awarded against Cooper Reeves. Probably just fired him up a little bit. There's a takedown, and now a 10-2 lead. Escape and unsportsmanlike. The 2 points scored for Robles. There's 3 near fall.
3-point near fall, Central.
15-2. He'll look for a tech here in this first period, and he'll get it. Maybe a pin. Reeves making it look easy. There's the fall in the first. He's one of the best in Kansas, regardless of class, regardless of weight. Cooper Reeves of Central. Final match of the night coming up at 285. We'll have the call for you. You're watching South versus Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
We're back, and it's the big boys. Lawrence Underwood of Salina South getting the takedown on Reese Kelly of Salina Central. Thank you to our presenting sponsors, Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance and Hannibal Grain. And this place is loud for the big boys. A lot of activity. Underwood with a takedown and a 3-0 lead for the Cougar wrestler. Reese Kelly, the sophomore, trailing. Nearly got up to his feet and had an escape, but Underwood powers him back down to the mat. Now Underwood with a deep half. Chest on chest, he'll get some near fall points. Will it be a pin? Sure could be. And there it is. Fall in the first period by Underwood.
From South, Lawrence Underwood.
And that'll make the dual score. Should be 41-33. 41-33 in favor of Salina Central. Salina South had some gritty performances, but Central with 3 ranked wrestlers showing why they are the number 7 team in Class 5A. We'll be back to wrap things up. We'll go over the results, weight by weight, of the Salina Central, Salina South boys duel. Kind of recap very quickly the Central and South girls duel as well. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. You're watching South versus Central Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Lilypad Septic, this is Callie. How can I help you flush today?
I just moved out here. I have no idea how this septic stuff works.
Totally normal. You're used to city sewer, right?
Yep, no idea what I'm doing.
Let me get you Flush the Frog. Call!
On it, Callie.
Flush the freakishly fast frog!
I'll hop right over. Most folks don't realize you've got to pump your tank out at least every 3 to 5 years, sir, or it backs up fast.
Is that why my toilet's gurgling?
Yep, you've got your own private sewage system now, and if you don't take care of it, well, let's just say it gets messy.
Thanks, Flush. Make sure Callie gives you a kiss when you get back.
Will do, sir.
At Lily Pet Septic, we guarantee to inspect your septic system within 24 hours.
Or your next pump out's free.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pet Septic.
LilyPadSeptic.com.
We'll be there in a splash.
Now, about that kiss.
Aeroplanes Townhomes in South Salina. Brand new 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home with over 1,500 square feet and 2-car garage for just $229,000. Every new home with Aeroplanes comes with sod landscaping and sprinkler system. Year-end clearance on the last 2 homes. $5,000 discount or a $5,000 credit at closing. Rent-to-own options available. Learn more at aeroplanesks.com. That's aeroplansks.com.
Trucks in the field, trucks in the field. Get a better deal with the trucks in the field.
Now is the time for Trucks in the Field at Long MacArthur in Salina. Over 100 trucks in stock.
New Ford Maverick Crew Cabs, just $26,600. New Ford Ranger Crew Cabs, now $6,000 off.
New Ford F-150 4x4, just $44,600 and 0% for 66 months.
Even new Ford Super Duties, up to $9,000 off.
Find the trucks in the field and the deals at longmacarthur.com.
Mike Holliday back at Salina Central High School, and that'll do it for the duel. That's all in the books. Earlier tonight, it was Salina South on the girls' side of things, winning 36-34 in a closely contested duel. Salina Central, in that duel, there were only 5 head-to-head weight class matchups, and Central won 4 of those, but lost the duel by a couple of points, 36-34. Boy, it was loud in here for Central versus South on the boys' side, and Central will win it 41-33. They have some heavy hitters on this Salina Central team. To recap, at 106 pounds, Sebastian Gashaw of Salina South winning that by forfeit. That was the only open by either of these teams on the night. So South had a quick 6-0 lead. At 113 pounds, Salina Central started to go on a tear as freshman Braxton Cross beat Diego Londano of Salina South 14-6. So a major decision there for the Central freshman. Abe Perez continued the winning at 120 pounds for Central. He had a first period fall over Damian Mindiola. At 126 pounds, it was junior Connor Fuller of Central winning 7-3 over Caden Larson of Salina South. 132 pounds saw Nolan Van Allen of Salina Central win by third period fall over Jason Edwards of South. South winning at 138 pounds, and it was a nice first period fall by Montreal McCrae, as his opponent was Jaden Hort of Central. 144 pounds, Julian Espada of Central getting the Mustangs back on the winning path, a 12-0 major decision win over Deshaun McCrae. 150 pounds, Cy Sikow of South winning by a first period fall over Aiden Reyes of Salina Central. And then you get into some of the heavy hitters for Salina Central, including second-ranked Julian Glover at 157 pounds. He is a senior, again ranked second in Class 5A. First period fall over Jaden Dykes of Salina South. 165 pounds, Maddox Gerard of Salina South winning. Yes, it was Gerard winning 14-7 over Dagan Gaywith of Salina Central. 175 pounds, they switched up a couple of weights, Salina South did, which ended up working to their advantage, but it was number 1 ranked Abram Owings of Central winning by a first period fall over Jaquan Adams of South. Gabe Wheelbarger wrestled for Salina South at 190 pounds and won over Crew Humphrey of Salina Central. Cooper Reeves, the number 1 ranked in all classes, number 1 ranked 100 or 215 pounder in the state, defending state champion and a Division I commit, wins by fall over Paul Robles of Salina South. And it was Lawrence Underwood of Salina South winning the final match of the night by first period fall over Salina Central's Reed Reese Kelly. So this duel ended up in favor of Salina Central, 41-33. Central ranked 7th in Class 5A. Been a fun night here. We want to thank our sponsors one final time, Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance and Hannah-Baum Green. A big thank you to those presenting sponsors this evening. And we also want to thank Long MacArthur, Bennington State Bank, AJ Honey Farm, Sage Products, Lily Pad Septic, Commercial Tire Center, Smart Insurance, and Vernon Jewelers. Also a few more sponsors to recognize and acknowledge: Aeroplanes, Higher Scott Mortuary, Dan Goebel at Salina Homes, Messenger Total Promotions, Salina Regional Health Center Careers, Kansas Bankers Technology, also Copyco, and APAC Shears. And a big thank you, too, to Brian Dennett. He got to do the hard job tonight. That's running the camera and being the producer. I just get behind the microphone and talk. So, Brian, thank you for your efforts tonight. Again, Salina South wins it on the girls' side 36-34, and Central wins it on the boys' side of things 41-33. Mike Holliday saying so long from Salina Central High School. Have a great weekend. All of these teams will be in action in their respective tournaments over the next couple of days. So long from Salina Central Gymnasium. You've been listening to Central versus South Wrestling on Salina Post, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.